Hello, this is Kendra.
Hello,
Hello.
welcome. We're about to get on the record.
All righty.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, February 18th, 2020. The time is 10:03. The Board of Ada County Commissioners is in session. We have all two commissioners with us, one commissioner on the phone. And we're not going to go ahead and read everybody's names. Hopefully you have signed in. And we will go ahead and get started. Are there any changes to the agenda, Madam Clerk?
No, there are not.
Okay. And we will go ahead and start with unfinished business, and I'll need a motion, please.
Yes, Madam Chair, I move to remove the unfinished business from the table for consideration.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, first up, volunteer board appointments. These were tabled last week, and we can take them up individually if we would like. Ed Lodge, Bill Connors, and Kent Rock. So let's go ahead and start with Ed Lodge. If we have any discussion, we can.
With Ed Lodge, Madam Chair, I have no discussion. The board has already reviewed this and potential conflicts were resolved with legal's help.
Okay, would you like to make a motion?
Sure. Madam Chair, I move to appoint or approve the appointment of Ed Lodge to the Expo Idaho Citizens Advisory Committee.
We have a
I'll
motion.
second that.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, next up, we have Bill Connors.
I can start with Bill. I had a conversation with Lorna and with Steve. And I believe that I don't see any conflict or problems with having Bill Connors. In fact, I think he would be a great addition, given the fact that he represents the Chamber of Commerce, and that represents over 2,000, almost 2,000 businesses in Ada County, from small to large businesses, and his board of directors. They're all folks who rely on Bill for his expertise, and so I think he would be a great asset, actually, to the committee. So I would make a motion to approve.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, then I will need a motion, please. Oh,
Okay, make a motion to approve Bill Connors to the Expo Idaho Committee Advisory Board,
Okay, and
Advisory Committee.
would you like to second? Okay, well, before I second, I would note that I did get several phone calls from board members of the Chamber of Commerce, and they all would really like to see Bill on this, so I think that is appropriate. I will second that. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, we will go ahead and move on to Kent Rock.
Yes, Madam Chair, for discussion on the matter of appointing Kent Rock to the Expo Advisory Committee, Mr. Rock recently sent an email to Meg Leatherman. The email is dated February 12th, 2020, that gives a strong appearance of conflict of interest. Mr. Rock wrote in the second paragraph of this email, Commissioner Kenyon and I first met when we were both consultants for a developer who wanted the county to let him develop the fairgrounds and expo area. I think that matter definitely deserves greater attention, possible an investigation, but I find that troubling, and therefore I would not be in favor of appointing Kent Rock to this committee.
Okay, any other
Hey,
discussion?
oh, sure. From my end, that was when I was working for an economic development district, and it was a group out of California, and I introduced them to numerous properties. And that was probably 6 years ago. So I wouldn't see a problem with Kent being on it, but I would be open to tabling that, or if Commissioner Visser has identified someone else who can represent us for the housing and finance piece, that would be great. Have you identified anyone else, Commissioner Visser?
No, ma'am, I have not. So I'm good with tabling it.
You want to table that till Thursday or later?
You know, I feel actually that I've read the same email and had a different take on it. Kent actually committed in his email to not being a part of any RFP that would potentially be out there for the Expo Idaho property in the future. So to me, he's kind of taken that objection off the table. I've worked with Kent in his capacity as a part of the Housing Authority, and he's probably the longest-serving board member that they have over there. So he does bring a particular expertise to the table. So I would support just going ahead with this nomination.
I'll go ahead. Do you want to make a motion then and second that?
Okay, well, actually, I need you to make a motion since I'm chairing, please.
Okay. I'll make a motion to appoint Kent Rock to the Expo Idaho Citizens Committee.
Okay, second. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
Okay, all those, the motion carries. Kent Rock is appointed to the advisory committee. Okay, next up, procurement. Hello,
Good morning.
welcome.
Yes, Madam Chair. Today we have before you two different awards on the unfinished goals. And we actually have 3 award recommendations for your consideration this morning. And the first award letter is this one.
That, okay, it's a long one.
It is, Madam Chair, I will read this into the record. From Ada County Procurement dated February 18th, 2020, to the Board of Ada County Commissioners from Ada County Procurement in regard to bid number 20023, Ada County Weed and Pest Chemicals. Dear members of the board, after reviewing the bid submitted, it is a recommendation of the evaluation group to award the contract for bid 20023 to Nutrien Ag Solutions, Inc. as the lowest responsive bidder for the following products and amounts. I wonder if this is submitted, I have to read each one of these into the record.
Madam Chair,
Thank you,
Commissioner
Bill.
Visser, yes,
I
please.
think you do.
Okay. Here goes my pronunciation drill for the week. Aquathol K, cost per unit $79.44, and all the price Weathermaster $18. Compadre $28.98. Choice Trio $15.96. Escort XP $36.80. Garlon 3A $44.64. Galleon SC $599.12. High DEP $20.32. Crovar IDF $9.70. Liberate $27 even. LI 700 $21 even. Milestone $265 even. MSO concentrate $10.78. Open site $5.25. Overdrive $2.38. Panoramic $98 even. Plateau $103.60. Procelicor EC $1,716.00. Polaris $52.60. Roundup Custom,
Oh my goodness.
that's what I'm thinking. $15.97. Roundup Power Max, hang on, $22.40. Spreader 90, $15.10. Telar XP, $11.78. Tordon 22K, $44.00. Transline, $139.30. Velpar L, $96.06. Veteran 720, almost done, $29. Weedar, 64, $11.12. Weed Master, $20.06. Foamer, that's quite a name, $35.63. Tough Tracks, $26.40. Turf Tracks Blue Dye, spelled D-Y-E, $27.94. Weather Guard Complete, $26.48. And finally, Platoon, $10.96. Sincerely, Bob Perkins. Do you verify that those numbers were read accurately, Bob?
I did, Commissioner Visser, you did a heck of a job.
It's a lot of
That was a lot.
weed and pest chemicals. Okay.
Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, yep, I can make a motion based on the recommendation. So, Madam Chair, I move to accept the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee and award bid number 20023, Ada County Weed and Pest Chemicals to Nutrien Ag Solutions, Inc. as the lowest responsive bidder for the products that I read into the record.
The easy part. I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, next up, award of bid.
Madam Chair, we
Excuse
still
me.
have two more awards to do for
Okay.
this particular one, so.
Okay, great.
I think I can do it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Madam Chair, another document from Ada County Commissioners in regard to bid number 20023, Ada County Weed and Pest Chemicals. Dear members of the board, after reviewing the bid submitted, it is a recommendation of the evaluation group to award the contract for bid 200, is this? Wait a minute here. Is this 23 or is this
It
gonna
is.
be 24? So there's a second bid on 23 and then,
Madam Chair, Commissioner Visser, today we have three awards under 2-3.
okay.
So they were all awarded separate line items for this bid.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the clarification. This is in regard to bid number 20023, Ada County Weed and Pest Chemicals. Dear members of the board, after reviewing the bid submitted, it is a recommendation of the evaluation group to award the contract for bid 20023 to Wilbur Ellis Company LLC as the lowest responsive bidder for the following products and amounts. AIM EC, $5.46. Aligar MSM 60, $3.50. Aligar 4040, $10.25. Bronc Max, $28.50. Diron 4L, $18.75. Efficax, $41.50. Escalade 2, that isn't a Cadillac SUV, is it? Okay, good. Escalade 2, $42. That's a great deal. It is. Foam Marker Soap, $29.50. Gramoxone, or Gramoxone SL 2.0, $24.75. Haston EA, $29.50. Piper DG, $4,375.00. Portfolio, $450.00. Renegade EA, $39.50. Romine MCPA, $24.95. Trend 90, $14.50. The above were herbicide products. The following products will be pesticide products. Strychnine, alkaloid, 0.5% for gopher control, $3.95. Zinc phosphide on oats/grain, 2% active ingredient, $1.99. Zinc phosphide on pellets, 2% active ingredient, $1.30. Accuracy okay, Bob?
Madam Chair, Commissioner Visser, I believe on the Piper DG, that's $4.37.50.
Okay, I see that, yeah, $4.37.50, not $4,375. Thank you for catching that, Bob. This is signed sincerely, Bob Perkins, CPPO, CPPB. Therefore, unless there's further discussion, I move to accept the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee and award bid number 20023, Ada County Weed and Pest Chemicals to Wilbur Ellis Company LLC for the chemicals and price as provided in the record.
Do I have a
I'll
second?
second that.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. All right,
Madam-
Mr. Perkins.
Madam Chair, Commissioners, we have one more award, and this is for a tie bid of line items. So there was a few different line items that were
Got this one?
My voice is warmed up.
Okay,
From Ada County Procurement dated February 18, Ada County Weed and Pest Chemicals, tie bid. Dear members of the board, after reviewing bids submitted, it is a recommendation of the evaluation group to award the tie bid line items for bid 20023 to Wilbur Ellis LLC as the lowest responsive bidder for the following chemicals and amounts. Esplanade 200, $1,189.12. Clearcast, $282.07. Method 240SL, $322.56. Reward, $79 even. Sonar One, $33.63. Sonar AS, $1,989.12. Sonar Genesis, $285.13. Vaslan, $87.50. Sincerely, Bob Perkins, CPPO, CPPB. Therefore, unless there's further discussion, I'm prepared to make a motion.
All right, go forth.
Madam Chair, I move to accept the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee to award bid number 20023, A County Weed and Pest Chemicals, to Wilbur Ellis Company LLC as the lowest responsive bidder for the following chemicals and amounts that were read into the record, and recognizing that there was a tie bid.
Okay, do I have a second?
You have a second.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Phew, all right, now we still have some mosquito abatement to do, is this correct?
We do, Madam Chair.
Okay.
So, on this one, the evaluation team was prepared a protest from Target Specialty Products regarding the agency-priced chemicals. And we would like to retable the award for February 25th, 2020, to allow more time to consider the protest.
Commissioner Visser, could you table or make a motion to table, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. In regard to bid number 220, to consider the protest of this bid.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. All right, mosquitoes, we'll have to wait for another day. Next up, we have volunteer board appointments, and I will go ahead and start us off in this conversation. For those who are unaware, we have kind of a unique housing authority here in the community. It is the joint Boise City, Ada County Housing Authority. So Boise appoints half of the commissioners, Ada County appoints the other half to provide that service. And I had the opportunity to interview candidates on behalf of the board, and I'm very happy to be able to support Jamie Hansen's nomination today, although I'm not able to make a motion. So I would love for someone else to please make that motion.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'd be glad to make this motion in your place as you're serving as chair today. I move to appoint Jamie Hansen to the Boise City, Ada County Housing Authority Board to fill an unexpired term expiring October 31st, 2023.
I will second that.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, next up, we have appointment of chair and co-chair of the Expo Idaho Citizens Advisory Committee.
Yes, Madam Chair, I believe there were 3 or 4 people who put an asterisk by their name that they would be willing to serve as chair or co-chair. So I'd be willing to make a motion at this time to appoint, and I think this could just be temporary as well. As long as we get someone in there, then I think the group at a later date could determine if they want to reappoint to that position, and then the board could approve their reappointment. So to get the ball rolling, I think initially I would say Andrea Fogelman for chair and Ed Lodge as co-chair.
Okay.
And I'd make a motion to appoint as such.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. All right, next up, new business licenses.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the licenses as listed on the agenda, including 2 new licenses and 2 license renewals, and authorize the acting chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Next up, hello.
Hello.
Mr. McGrain, what do you have for us from the clerk's office?
I've missed you for a few meetings discussing property taxes, being our most significant revenue stream. That conversation, I think, is going to be continuing throughout the session, but we'll be watching the tax freeze bill as it is debated in the House here soon, and most likely be discussing if it goes any further to the Senate. But so watching that closely. Also, it's important to note we have an election going on. Early voting starts on Monday for the presidential preference primary. Yep, it's coming way closer than most people realize. Yep, election season, Super Tuesday is coming up quickly. So early voting will begin. Absentee ballots are already going out and have been kind of flowing out. This election is unique for us because the rules are a little bit different, so it's a little clunky on our end trying to process everybody, especially absentees, because when people submit them, they don't necessarily know that they have, you know, party selections and ballot selections and a bunch of other things. So we're having to chase some of that down. But that is keeping our elections team working hard. It also coincides with the rollout of all sorts of new software systems. So a new campaign finance system, we've rolled that out. Actually, to our credit, I would say the state had to delay the deadline for filing, but all of our filers made it timely. Guillermo did a great job helping everybody. And then the e-poll books that you guys helped us procure, we're just going to be able to roll out the vendor who is doing the e-poll books is the same vendor who's doing the same statewide voter registration system. And so we're just going to be piloting a sample of those for the March election and then rolling out all of them in May, just because capacity for everybody involved is limited with everything that's going on right now. But we've got a lot on that front. But the legislature certainly is taking the vast majority of my time, just in part just reacting to a data request. I've had a lot of local officials contacting me and other things as we kind of work on this property tax issue.
Well, I want to thank you and your staff, and I think it's probably Anthony who's helped out with some of that analysis. Certainly helpful for me, and I've received a lot of great feedback from folks really in understanding the corresponding rise in taxes and how it's related to the kind of skyrocketing divergence between residential and commercial assessment. So appreciate all that they have done to help get that analysis done.
Thank you. Anthony's working tirelessly on cranking out lots of data, and I think that has really helped, even for the committee members, regardless of the vote, has opened up, the idea that 82% of property taxpayers would still see an increase even with a freeze is not what most people expected to hear. And so I think if our focus is on relief, there's other valves, and we're going to try and do some modeling to show some other solutions that might be more impactful than what we're currently being discussed.
Madam Chair, I'd like to ask the clerk a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Of that 82% that would see an increase, have you broken it down percent-wise? Say 82%, if we have an even number, 82%, match possible then 3 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15.
We have not. We have the data, so we probably can. They had a 46% tax increase last year. That house would have still seen over a 40% increase, even with the tax free. So it will be less, but in many instances, it would still be very significant.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right. Well then, thank you. And
Journal dated February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2020.
I'll second that.
okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
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 Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. All right, next up, personnel action forms, and I'll need a motion.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the personnel action forms as listed on the agenda, including 1 conditional pay increase, 3 introductory period pay completions, 2 leaves with pay, 8 miscellaneous, 3 promotions, 2 salary increases, and 5 step increases, and that the summary sheet remain on file in the Commissioner's office.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
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 Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Next up, Mr. McQuaid in the Assessor's Office.
Madam Chairman, good morning, Commissioner Bissett, Commissioner Kenyon. Just the property tax reduction program, the goal, the staff's goal is to increase it by 1,000. That's about a 25% increase, so we'll see if we can make it. It's really a worthy goal. And then also, I think we all remember the rollout of the driver's license software from ITD. It was the year before last, and how difficult that was. Well, the Transportation Department has been writing the motor vehicle software, and it was scheduled to be released April of this year. And we were just all holding our breath to see how that turned out, but they've pushed that back until I believe it's July before they will do the rollout and give them an opportunity to perform further testing in the offices. So hopefully it'll work out well.
Okay, well, hopefully they've learned some key lessons since the driver's license software rollout.
I hope so.
Okay, anything else?
Chair and Commissioners. Subsequent roll, so that is February 20th. So we're just actively bringing in those payments and getting those all applied so that they will be included in the upcoming distribution to the districts.
Okay, and I'm sure they all thank you very much. All right, appreciate that. All right, next up, we will have approval of minutes.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the minutes as identified on the agenda and authorize the acting chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Next up, grants. And I'll need a motion, please.
Madam Chair, I move to approve grant number, acting chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Next up, weed and pest, who
Madam-
still need their chemicals. But we'll keep
Excuse
moving.
me.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Madam Chair, I move to approve one release of liens for weed and pest as listed on the agenda and authorize the acting chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. Next up, Expo Idaho, and we have two interim event agreements here.
Yes, Madam Chair. Any discussion from the floor?
Just know we need to get these approved so our treasurer's kids can play flag. So let's get it done. All right.
Glad that's noted in the record.
All right.
Therefore, I move to approve the two interim event agreements as listed on the agenda and authorize the acting chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, next up, we have Parks and Waterways.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the three Barber Park Education and Event Center agreements as listed on the agenda and authorize the acting chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. All right, and we have 4 agreements on the agenda. A couple appraisal agreements, Expo Idaho Golf Cart Agreement, and it looks like a trust account and a CenturyLink Agreement. Okay, any discussion before we go ahead with these?
No discussion from me, Madam Chair.
Okay, let's go ahead, please.
Well, thank you for your summary, and in regard to that, I move to approve the 4 agreements as listed on the agenda and authorize the acting chair to sign the appropriate documents on behalf of the board.
I'll second that.
All right, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. All right, and we have procurement. What shall we be procuring today? Looks like a police bike. Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair, Commissioners, you are correct. It is
All right.
some of the Ada County Sheriff's Office 2020 BMW police bikes. And we have this recommendation of award letter for your consideration.
Thank you, Madam Chair. From Ada County Procurement dated February 18th, 2020 to the Board of Ada Sheriff's Office 2020 BMW police motorcycles. Dear members of the board, Ada County Procurement received 2 responses for bid number 20037. The following are the names of the bidders and the bid amount submitted. Dennis Dillon, BMW Motorcycles in the amount of $53,268.32. Second, Eurocycle of Las Vegas, non-responsive. After reviewing the bid submitted, it is a recommendation of the evaluation group to award the purchase order to Dennis Dillon, BMW Motorcycle Works of Boise as the lowest responsive bidder in the amount of $53,268.32. Sincerely, Bob Perkins, CPPO, CPPB. Therefore, Madam Chair, I move to accept the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee and award bid number 20037, Ada County Sheriff's Office 2020 BMW Police Bike to Dennis Dillon BMW Motorcycles of Boise as the lowest responsive bidder in the amount of $53,268.32.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor, please state aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it, motion carries. All right. We have procured, and we have approved, and we are ready to go, and we can be in recess. Thank you for being here, everybody, today.
Thank you, Commissioner.